Gonna stop in a minute. Okay, let's learn. You'll get focused on this, and you'll forget everything else. We're going to start in chapter 6, and the Alter Rebbe until this chapter introduced us to a little bit to the godly soul, the nefesh l'kis, the godly soul that every person has. He has a godly soul and an animalistic soul. Now, again, you have to remember. If you remember the beginning, in the actual introduction of the Tanya, the Alter Rebbe says, I'm talking to you personally. Meaning the Alter Rebbe says, I wrote this book because I know who you are. It's like you're coming into a private audience with imagine you're coming into a private audience with the Alter Rebbe. And as he writes, I don't have time to meet everybody. So therefore, I've wrote this book so I can make a personal relationship with you, like you're coming into an audience with him and you're having this personal heart-to-heart talk with him. And he says, I know your neshama, I know your soul, I know your godly soul, I know your animalistic soul, and therefore the best one to talk to is me. And I'll be able to give you capability to journey through life and to know who you are and to try to work on yourself, because I believe that I can help you out. I know you. As we know, that the Torah wanted to have, God wanted a relationship also with Am Yisrael. He wanted a relationship. Didn't want just a concept of a bunch of robots. That he has a bunch of robots in heaven. He has millions and billions of angels that are his robots. They do whatever he wants. They say they have no free choice. God didn't want robots. God wanted to have partners, so to say. He wanted a relationship with the Jewish people. He wanted a relationship with humanity. And therefore, to create this relation, like any relation, it takes two to tango. And it takes two entities to work together, to care for each other, to love one another. And that's why we should love God, and God loves us. And together, we create a relationship with one another. So the Alter Rebbe says the same thing. I want to create a relationship between you and me. And together, we are going to work on this issue of self-development, self-betterment, a relationship with God. The Alter Rebbe said, my relationship with you, why do we need a relationship? Our relationship is a godly relationship to connect to God. No other reason why I need a relationship with somebody else. The truth is, Siddur says, two Jews should always have a relationship. Why? Because then it comes two Yetzer Tovs against one Yetzer Hara. There comes automatically two positive inclinations against one negative. So therefore, always create a relationship. Always create a relationship with somebody else, and together you'll be able to help each other and uplift one another. Yep. Right, because the Yetzer Hara is all one thing. So no, because it's all one concept. Yetzer Hara is a one concept situation. So one concept, it's all about taivas. Taiva, that's it. It has one thing. Self-preservation, it's all equal. By all of us, it's equal, partial equal. When it comes to Yetzer Tov, each one has a different avodah. One can be a tzaddik, one can be a beinoni. As the Alter Rebbe says over here, there's many levels of tzaddikim, there's many levels of middle people, there's many levels of wicked people, and therefore every person has its own journey. As you'll see, the Alter Rebbe says over here in Tanya, each kifi yacholte, every person to his capacity. There's no one brush that paints it all. Every person has their own purpose where the Eibusha brought him into the world. And that purpose is tailor-made. God made him a tailor-made soul, that this tailor-made soul would accomplish this mission in this world, this godly mission in this world. So that's what he introduced us until today, the godly mission that a godly soul has, and the tools that he gives him. And that's the end of the last chapter, the beauty of Torah, the power of learning Torah. Because Torah, there's nothing better to connect the relationship with God than through learning Torah. There's no great relation. Mitzvahs is the will of God. Torah is the wisdom of God. Through us connecting our wisdom to God's wisdom, we have the ultimate unity, the ultimate relationship. So what he explains, so we can have We can create a relationship with God through wisdom to wisdom, understanding each other. Ladas Hashem, and that's through learning Torah. And then you can create a relationship through physical action, through doing each other's will, through accomplishing the other person, the other entity's will, with this God, to accomplish God's will, which is a mitzvah. So it's all about the more I can create an understanding of God, the more I can create a love of God, an awareness of God, the better the relationship it is. If we only had a godly soul, that would be great. We would have, this would be wonderful. If we had only a godly soul, this would be peachy key. This would be easy, right? A godly soul that wants to do godliness, that wants to do good, that doesn't want to do anything bad, that only wants to consider good. This would be phenomenal, but it wouldn't be real. And that's what it wouldn't be real, because then it would be the service of the soul. It wouldn't be the service of humanity. It wouldn't be the service of you, of me. So that's why the Eibishter said, I'm going to put into the picture the animalistic soul. I'm going to put into the picture the animal soul. And now you're going to have the concept of your choice. You're going to have the free choice of humanity, that you're going to be able to choose between what is good and what is bad. Now you have free choice. You have the godly soul, you have the animalistic soul, you have the challenge. Now choose. I give you life and I give you the opposite of life. Choose life. Hopefully you're going to choose life. Hopefully you're going to choose a existence of a spiritual existence with its true life. Or you'll choose a physical existence, total physical existence, which is also life, but it's not true life. It's ending. Everything physical has its end. So now the Alter Rebbe introduces us to the other side. The other side of the coin. We now go to the animalistic side. Yeah, you with me? So God has made one thing opposite the other. Now, just like to be able to have free choice, you have to have. You want to do me a favor, guys, and bring it into the room over there? That way, go that way or that way? Thank you. You make less noise. So to be able to have true free choice, everything has to be almost equal. So therefore, the godly soul and the animal soul have both equal qualities, equal capabilities. The truth is, you're going to see, the Rebbe said that the truth is, later he says that, the animalistic soul is in a way maybe stronger. It's a bigger reality to us. And therefore, the Rebbe is going to say that we have something that the animalistic soul doesn't have. And that is, we have God. So ultimately, it balances it and makes it even stronger, your godly soul, because you have God. As long as you put God in the picture, now you have your godly soul, God against your animalistic soul. And now you can win. Yeah, he created animal soul. As the Alter Rebbe will explain what the animalistic soul is, you'll soon see. Yeah, he created them. And the godly soul, I agree with you, he created them both. He created them both, 100%. So let's see. God made one thing opposite the other. Yeah, he created the animal soul. He's right. He created the animal soul. That's correct. He created a challenge. God created the God. He created the challenge. He created the challenge. I didn't create the challenge. He created the challenge. I mean, I developed the challenge. I make it more than it is. I turn a molehill into a mountain. But the molehill, the challenge was created by God. The desire, the anger and hate, and all these things that we have, the seven midis, the seven evil emotions that we have, whether it's lust, desires, anger, depression, all these negative things. Who created that? Challenges. In Chassidus, it's called klippa, a covering. Godliness is about unity. Godliness is about unity. Klippa is about separation, coverings, hiding things, unclarity, challenges. Nothing's clear. It's Pasha. Negative, but it doesn't have to be negative. Klippa doesn't have to be something negative. It's just basically, I'm indifferent. I'm not negative. People, not every person is negative. I am indifferent. I'm doing nothing, nothingness. Nothingness. Is nothing is negative? No. Everybody? I'm nothing. I'm not interested. Darkness. Is darkness real? You turn on the light, you'll have a light. But a lot of people like to be in darkness. In a dark room. Leave me alone. Right? Is that negative? Am I hurting you? Am I doing something? Am I punching somebody? No. I love darkness. Some people love the concept of darkness. What's the matter? Young ladies, can you talk like a little further?
So you don't want to say 7 people.
Seven emotions. What do you want? I'm not afraid of the word evil. So, what I tell you? No, but you're uncomfortable. You're uncomfortable for one reason. Because somebody taught you what the word evil is. So forget about what people taught you, what the word evil is, and learn what the Torah says the word evil is. We cannot be influenced by what other people even tells you what evil is. We can't live in that world. So that's like a Gehenna. Everybody, we can't say Gehenna because the world, you have that picture of a pitchfork so get it out of your mind. Erase it from the hard drive and start fresh. And the Torah doesn't look at Gehenna that way, and stop looking at what other people tell you what the Gehenna is. That's the way you learn Torah. Is you come, you empty out your previous pre-notions of evil and your previous definitions or your Wikipedia definition of evil, and you go where the Torah says evil. Evil is the opposite of good. That's it. Anything that's the opposite of good is evil. Anything that's the opposite of godliness is evil. Finish. It doesn't mean that somebody punched somebody. It doesn't mean that somebody hit somebody. It doesn't mean somebody killed somebody. Nothing happened. It's just voidness. That's it. When you are void of light, it's the opposite of good. Don't use the word evil. It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't. So get out of the society. That's how we learn Tanya. That's what we Torah. To get out of the Goyish society and come into the Jewish society. What I tell you, the Alter Rebbe is not going to go away from the Ra. He's going to say it many times. You cannot. You have to learn the way the Torah learns the Ra. You cannot live in. I don't live in the Goyish world. So I live in the Jewish world. What? Yeah, burning. A lot of burning. Gehenna is rectification. Cleansing. That's it. Yeah. Spiritual concept. It's a spiritual concept. It's not a fire. It's a spiritual concept. So it's a spiritual concept of fire. What is that? They can talk today tomorrow what they think a spiritual concept of fire is. I can give you 15 definitions. So it's a spiritual concept. You got to get away from the Goyish world and decide that this is the definition of good, and this is the definition of good ain't tov ela Torah. The Gemara says, what is good? Good is Torah. That's what is good. What does that mean? What is the opposite of good? The opposite of Torah is the opposite of good.
Even bad feels bad.
Guys.
What about deleterious?
Oh, I don't know what deleterious is.
That's a big, that's a 10 down the road.
But the thing is that we grew up, and the people that you're talking to grew up in the same society, and there's a whole 4 people here. So So the question I guess we're asking are very triggering for people who grew up in a Christian.
And you know what? And therefore I'm telling them, and I'm going to tell them, it's time to become part of a Jewish society and stop listening to a Goyish society and start coming part. That's what you come to learn, Tanya, to come and learn what Torah says about it. And that's what we're coming to learn. If you're going to start manipulating the Torah and say, you know what, the Torah doesn't fit, you're going to manipulate the Torah. Let's change the Torah to fit society. No, let society to fit the Torah, not the Torah to fit the society. So therefore, again, don't say the world evil.
No.
Out to that. Thank you. It's not a popular. Judgmental. So what I do, I'm not going to do it. You see, these are the 7 evil midas. It doesn't say detrimental midas. What do you want from my life? The Alter Rebbe says midas rise, evil midas. What's that going to? You change the Alter Rebbe. He doesn't want to change it because it's wrong. It's wrong. Something is when just because it doesn't fit the world, like today. That's the problem today. You know, the Torah doesn't fit in the world. A lot of things in the world, the Torah doesn't fit. What do you do? Take it out. Take it out. Because the world doesn't like it. So let's just take out 25 laws in the Torah that the world does not like. The world. Therefore, okay, you know what's evil? I'll say nah. So, nah. Well, everybody knows that is evil. So I'll just won't say the English word, but it's the same thing. It's the English word is the Hebrew word.
Don't get stuff on
The English word is the Hebrew word. There's nothing to do about it.
Don't get stuff on it.
Let's go back. Let's go back. So does a soul, which is derived from Sitra Achra, of Klippus Noiga, which is clothed in the man's blood, consists of 10 crowns of impurity. And there the 7 are stemmed from the 4 Ra mentioned above. So that's it. That's it. Okay. So we won't say the word. So if that makes you happy. So but that's what, so we have midas, we have attributes that are not godly. We have attributes and we have character that is not good, that is challenging, that is detrimental to our existence. And the 4 elements mentioned above, and the intelligent begetting them, which is subdivided in 3: wisdom, understanding, and knowledge, the source of midas. So here's that paper that he gave us. You have the 7 midas, and you have the three intellects. Chachma, Bina, Das is the 3 intellectual capacities, and then you have the 7 emotional capacities. So just like you have the 7 emotional capacities of good, you have the 7 emotional capacities of the opposite of good. Truth is, the Rebbe also didn't want to say negative words. He would say the opposite of good. That's the truth. So the opposite of good. So so pick your word. The opposite of good.
The
other side. The other side.
The other side.
But even though, see, the thing is, why do I want to say it? Because even though when the Torah also, the Gemara says that the Torah doesn't want to say something negative, unless you have to know the truth. So when the Torah says something is kosher and something is tamei, he says it clearly. In a general conversation, when you just don't talk general, have a conversation, you shouldn't say something negative. But when somebody asks, is this good or this is the opposite? Don't say this is good and the opposite. Well, then he doesn't give a definition. That's a problem. What's the opposite? Everybody's saying, who said it's bad? And that's the problem with society. Who said it's bad? Who said it's bad? That's the way in America, in society, what's bad when somebody hurts somebody else. If it's out of that realm, It's not bad. It's just not good. It's not bad. Don't call it. It's just not. What is evil? What is bad? When somebody hurts somebody. Two adults doing something immoral is not bad. None of your business. Am I doing it with you? I'm doing it with this person. And as long as two people decide it's not bad, it's not bad. Is it good? Maybe not. I don't know if it's good. Good. What's bad to you is good to them. Everybody's gift tells you what is good and what is the opposite. That's the Torah. That's why Yud has to connect to the Torah, because there he has clear definitions.
They were Russia.
That's it. Clear definitions. And the Torah tells you what is godly is good, what is ungodly is not good. Finished. Now everybody does ungodly things, and that's not, didn't hurt anybody, but he needs to, as a Jew, the Torah wanted him, and surely my godly soul wants me to only do good. And let's not fool ourselves to think that since I'm not doing something bad, so it's not the end of the world. That's fooling yourself. That's it. That's fooling. That's the world. Fooling that today in the world is so corrupt that what's bad and what's good. You don't even know what is bad and what's good. We're living in a society. Nobody knows what's bad and good. What is good for one person is bad for the other. And he says it's bad for you. It's tough luck on you. It's good for me. So it's an evil world. Right? The Mishnah says, if a person says, what is mine, what is yours, it's Sdoim. That's a Sdoim. Sdoim. So that's like Sdoim and Gemara. Well, they wish to destroy the Shem. Was dust not good? It was bad. That's why the Torah gives you a clear definition. The Torah tells you what is good and what is bad. So we should know clear in our mind. Nobody should be able to be fooled to think, you know what? This is not. So therefore, when what is we just learned last week, Moshe Rabbeinu calls a Rasha. He calls somebody wicked who picks up his hand. He picks up his hand. He doesn't hit the guy, and he calls him a Rasha. He calls him wicked. What's so wicked? I didn't do anything. If I punch the guy, you say I'm wicked. I pick my hand up. That's wicked. Yeah, Moshe Rabbeinu says that's wicked. You're a Rasha. You're a Rasha. You can pick your hand up to somebody else. You're a Rasha. I didn't do anything wrong. In America, that would be a Rasha. Pick my hand up. But the Torah, that's a Rasha, because nobody should pick their hand up against somebody else. That's it. End of story. Nobody's involved. What do we have the statement? Sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never harm me. That's not a Torah. That's not a Torah concept. Sticks and stones will break my bones, and names will harm me. This will harm me. So what kind of stupid statement is that? But that's what we teach our kids. Sticks and stones will break our bones, and names will never harm me. We teach our kids, like I always say, Robin Hood, stealing from the rich and giving to the poor is a mitzvah. It's an aveda. It's a sin. It's geneva. But we have drained into our heads that this is the hero. Robin is the hero. He's not the hero. He's the villain. He's a ganav. And a ganav is a villain. It's ra. It's evil. It's the opposite of good. But society has a corrupt concept. And therefore we come to learn Torah because we are influenced by society. I agree with you. And therefore we come to learn Torah to realize as Jews that we should not follow society. That we should follow what the Torah means of good and bad. And what Torah, how does the Torah look at good and bad? Yeah. The Rebbe didn't say the opposite of good. The opposite. So I'm saying in general, I agree with you. You should say the opposite, but not because, again, you should say not because that, there's something wrong with, because the Rebbe didn't want to say a negative thing. The Rebbe never would say death. He would say life and the opposite of life. purity and the opposite of purity. 100%, I'm not arguing, but not because of the Rebbe was afraid to say evil. Okay, because you should talk a lashon nekiah. You should talk in a positive way. You shouldn't speak in a negative way. So don't say death. Don't say evil. Don't say impurity. Say the opposite. Say the opposite. The Rebbe never wanted to call a hospital called the Beis Reifa, a house of healing. So that's the way he wanted to speak. So the Rebbe wanted, and that's a beautiful thing, and we should do that. I'm not arguing with that. We should do that. Not on principles of what other people say, but on the concept that we should have purity of speech, that we shouldn't say negative things. We should train ourselves to say positive things. This is dying. This is dying. The mission says, because Torah says what's mine is mine and yours, and what's yours is mine and yours. We're in the world together. What is mine is yours, what's yours is mine. Avas Yisrael. What does it mean that what's mine is mine, what's yours is yours? That's midas dain. That's a character, that's a negative character trait. Well, Avas Yisrael. What's Avas Yisrael? What's mine is yours. Yeah, it's a mine is yours. Well, I have mine and you have yours. It's mine is yours. Actually, what does the tzaddik says? What's yours is yours. What's mine is yours. That's what you should say. That's a tzaddik. That's what what's yours is yours, and what's mine is yours. Sharing person. I'm a giving person. That's it. I'm a giving person. Welcome to my house anytime. You need something, I'm giving here. Good, that's godly. God is giving. Does God share this house with everybody? This is his abode, and he shares it with everybody. He doesn't have any problems sharing it with anybody. Should you share your house? Your house become a museum? Your house be what does the mission say? Your house should be open to the public. Poor people should be sitting at your table. Again. Every rule has an exception. We're not telling you to take murders into your house. Okay. But again, you see, we always like to go to the nth degree. That's our Yetzer Hara. Oh, let's go to the nth degree. Oh, they're murderers, so now I won't have anybody. You know, you can't live that way. You can't live that way. Never discriminating. You have to be careful. Discrimination is no good. I didn't mean that. Mother says, I always tell people, you pass people in the street and they ask you for tzedakah, and you give them tzedakah. Everybody reaches out to your hand to ask you, you give them tzedakah, but maybe the guy's ripping you off. And maybe he's a drug addict, right? So the Gemara says, it's better to make a mistake to give tzedakah to the right person. It's better to make a mistake. If you know the guy's a drug addict and he's going to use your money for drugs, don't give. That's stupid. That's not tzedakah. But if you don't know, better to make a mistake in the acts of charity than to not give charity to the right person. And that's happened. The second I say, God can make a mistake. I'm never going to make a mistake. Then you're going to not give charity to people that deserve charity. And that's going to be a problem.
Is there a minimum that we should?
What you can give. I give $1. What can happen? I'm going to become a poor person by giving $1. Give $1. Give them food. Go take them to the store and give them food. Okay, let's go. We're getting off the subject. Again, the point is as follows. Be godly. David still wants a person to be godly. Be giving. He said, we had a speaker here on Shabbos, spoke very well, Friday night. So he said, love is a one-way street. We have been trained wrong in the world. Love is a one-way street. If you have love for any other reason, then you are don't have the love of what God wanted. Love is one way. I don't have love because you're going to give something back to me, or you're going to pay me back, or you're going to love me. Then you are going into a business transaction. That is not love. Ava is one way. And Baruch Hashem, if you show love to somebody else one way, B'ezrat Hashem, the other way will show it to you also. But it doesn't always work. But it doesn't change what love is. Love is one way. It's not a two-way street. And that's a mistake. That's why you have so much divorce in the world. Because they push it corrupt in what love is. They never learn Torah. They never learn the Torah. Torah tells you what love is. See, this tells you what love is. He's going to tell you. I'll tell you what love is. Love is one way. I have love. I have midas chesed, and I am totally in love with you, and I'm committed to you. Again, going back to life, it doesn't change my ava. I need to have love of everybody. The Eibishter wants that my neshama, my godly soul wants that I have a love of everybody. That doesn't mean that I'm allowed to get to be abused by somebody. It has nothing to do with that. If somebody's abusing you, walk away. Go away from hachik mishach. The Torah tells us exactly. It doesn't tell you love means that the other person can abuse you. And the other person abuses you that does not love him, you still love him. Maybe to love him more. That he can be abusive. You got to go away from an abusive situation. Go away from evil. You're not going to change. You're not going to change per se evil with love. It doesn't work. To conquer evil, you have to subjugate evil. You have to change evil. Love is not going to change. That's the problem with a lot of people think. Oh, this love thing won't change. It doesn't work that way either. You have to go to the Torah. The Torah will tell you exactly how to fix things, how to change things, and what's the purpose of love. The purpose of Ava is to be giving. That I have Ava. It has nothing to do with you. In a way. You go away from him. You have to leave an abuse. Don't think the love means that I have to be abused. That is a sick love.
No, but I mean, what's the positive love?
Rachmanis. It's Rachmanis. I cry out for him. I pray for him. I have compassion on him. Rachmanis. It's a big Rachmanis. I don't hate him. It's Rachmanis. It's a sick person. Yeah. Maybe I cannot heal him, but let him be healed. Let him go to a doctor. Let him get her, whatever it may be. It's Rachmanis. You should have the biggest Rachmanis on such a person. Maybe. But I don't get abused. I'm not allowed to get abused. Chas v'shalom. That's not doing something. That's hurting yourself. You're not allowed to get abused. You shouldn't get abused. He doesn't want anybody to be abused. Get abused, and we blame it on love. Oh, love! I get abused. That's love. I love somebody, therefore I'm abusing myself. We need to learn Chassidus. We need to learn Torah to know exactly what is the meaning of these concepts. What is the meaning of Chesed? What is the meaning of Ava? What's Gevura? What's severity? And where do you mix the two together? Where do you mix the two concepts together? How do you have a mixture which makes it a better concept? We need to learn. We're learning now. Come, we're learning Tanya. We'll learn. We're going to learn. Okay, no problem. My pleasure. Let's learn. Let's learn. Ready? I love my tummy ducks. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Alter Rebbe is going to say that really the rectification of midas is the hardest thing to do. You can have it. Intellect is sometimes easier to change. You learn and you see the beauty of intellect, but to change one's nature, it's not an easy thing to do. And it might take a lifetime. But it's Zekal Adam. This is what we'll come to learn. How to rectify are challenging character traits. How to rectify those traits? How do you rectify the opposite of good character traits? Good. Okay, thank you. Go back. Let's go back. The midas are according to the quality of intellect. Hence, a child desires and loves petty things and inferior worth, for his intellect is too immature and deficient to appreciate things that are much more precious. So it hasn't changed. My desires have gone from small things to big things because I've matured myself. So I went from small cars to big cars, from candy to steaks. But it has not changed. It's the same thing. It just matured. So my nefesh Bahamas has not changed. So you don't think that I had a big nefesh Bahamas earlier, and now I have a smaller nefesh Bahamas, or I have a small nefesh Bahamas, and now I have a big animalistic soul. It's not true. It's just developed. I've developed my animalistic soul. My animalistic soul has gone from stupid things. I get angry on. I used to, as a child, I got angry on stupid things, and now I'm getting angry on more stupider things, or more intellectual, bigger, stupider things. But it's really all the same thing. The emotion has not changed. They've not changed. Same thing and anything. Why? Because I've never, as we're going to learn in Tanya, I've never challenged that emotion. And that's why I want to bring it back to this thing. I've never challenged certain emotions in my life. And I've run away from it. Because I don't want to challenge it. Because I'm afraid to challenge it. Maybe it brings up certain things in my existence that I don't want to challenge. But you know what? You're never going to change if you're never going to challenge that situation. Okay. If you're never going to challenge that emotion, you'll never change. You'll be in a constant run. You'll be a fugitive. We'll be constantly on the run. And how do we get away from it? And how do we? And again, it's not evil. Run. Yaakov Avinu also was in that mode. He was a constant on the run. The fugitive, the everlasting fugitive, until you had to struggle with the angel, and the angel said, "Wow, about time you stop being on the run and you challenge your own emotions. You challenge." He was on the run. He was on the run from Esav. Then he was ran away from Lavan, and then he's again worried about Esav. How he's going to get around the Esav? How he's going to run away? And then the angel challenged him, and he changed his name. Said, "Stop being the Yaakov, the one who's always the Akev. He's running. He's holding on to somebody else. You have challenged yourself with people and with God, with angels." And you have overcome. You can overcome. You don't have to run. You don't have to hide. You don't have to be in denial. Challenge my Yetzer Hara, challenge my evil inclination, and you will be victorious. The Alter Rebbe is going to tell you something very powerful in these coming up chapters, because he's going to tell you something very powerful. He's going to say something. He's going to say that your nefesh Bahamas wants to lose. That's why you can win, because your nefesh Bahamas, your evil character, your negative character, it wants to lose. It doesn't want to win. It's only there for the challenge. It's not there to win. It's a godly thing. It doesn't want to win. It wants to lose. So therefore, it is already, you should realize your nefesh Bahamas is already default. He's already losing because he wants to lose. Because they were never big. Your nefesh kiss was always bigger. But you have decided that your nefesh Bahamas is equal. You decided that they're equal. They're not equal. They never were equal. You're actually your nefesh Bahamas, my nefesh Bahamas wants my nefesh to win. My godly soul, my animalistic soul wants my godly soul to win. He wants it to win. The Esav wants the Yaakov to win. Yaakov is afraid of Esav. Yeah, Esav wants Yaakov to win, and he proved it to him. He hugged him, he kissed him. He said, machlekes. An argument on that. There's an argument on it. And even it was not fake. Nobody argues that it was truthful at that moment. The question is, was it real or was it just momentarily real? So even the one that said that it was fake, it was not fake for that moment. For that moment, it was real. The Esav.
What was the Esav?
Esav was that the fear of that this Esav would want to take him over, and it was not. Esav didn't want to take him over.
Take him over how?
To destroy him. What do you mean? We'll take him over how? To kill him? Yeah. Esav wanted to be transformed. Esav wanted the Yaakov to make him a better person. If he knew that, he did know it, but he wasn't ready for it. He wouldn't, right? You say he took the Dina, he hid him in the closet, right? Really, he should have given Dina to him. Esav, maybe Dina would have made Esav a better person. He could always be a Monday morning quarterback, as they say. You know, Yaakov had his challenges as we have our challenges. We ultimately down the road realize that it was pushing nothing. We always down the road say, oh, we could have overcome it, we could have done it different, we should have done it different, could have had a better outcome, etc.
12 steps, they call it character defects.
Oh, here we go. Another word we hate. You give me the list, okay? Because give me the list, okay? Let's go to 12. Let's go back. So let's have that. Let's have that up for the midas according to the quality of it. Hence, correct. So likewise, is he provoked to anger and vexation over trivial things? So too with boasting and other midas. So we basically develop our taste for these character traits as we grow. We become more developed in anger, more developed in depression, more developed in desires, etc. It's more developed. You know why? Because we become more intellectual about it. So now we have the right to get angry. We have. Someone said that adults want to be right than to be happy. Adults would rather, they're so intellectual, they're so smart, they would rather be right than happy. That was the third Lubavitch should ever. And that's the corruptness of intellect. We would rather be right. It's all about, I'm right. And whatever. So I don't care. So how you taking the turn. So we have to realize that we need, the Eibishter says the same thing. I'd rather not be right. Right? We say every Rosh Hashanah, we say, God, if you're right, nobody can exist. So the Eibishter, we say, you know what? God says, you're right. I don't want to be right. I'll move off my rightness and I'll move to the seat of mercy. I don't need to be right. Being right is not always being happy. Win the battle, lose the war, they say. So therefore, you don't always have to be right. You have to be holy. He said we should learn from children. Children want to be happy. And therefore they get angry, but then you give them something to make them happy. Boom, they forget what they were angry about. Right? You give them something to be happy. They forget all of what they're angry about. You ask them what you're angry at, they don't remember. No, adults. No, we need to be right. It's all about the, what do we say? It's all about, it has nothing to do with the money. It has to do about the what do we say, that expression? The principle. We're all suddenly very principle. We're all suddenly very extreme in principle. Everything is important in principle. Push it. We have no principles. We go. we have no principles. Our principles is what it. Selective principles. Correct. It's not based on truth. It's based on our emotions, on our character. So we have principles.
I think of them as content convenient principles. When it's appropriate to have ethics, you have ethics. And when you don't want to have the ethics, you don't have them.
Correct. They once asked Aristotle, I say the story, they once caught him in an immoral act. Aristotle, they said they once caught Aristotle in an immoral act. And they said, Aristotle, how is it possible you do such an immoral act? He says, now I'm the man, now I'm Aristotle, the philosopher, now I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm a regular man, relax. I'm entitled to be a man. I have immorals. Aristotle, the genius, the philosopher. But now I'm the man. I'm a regular man, relax. I have immoral tendency, shalom aleichem. But the Torah wanted that you should become the same. Don't have a Jekyll and a Hyde. Don't be two kind of personalities. Even though you are two, become one personality, become one person. Become one person. That's what I said before. Godliness wants unity, while Klippus wants division. Klippus says, there's you like this person, you hate this person. You give to this person, you despise this person. You love this person. We like it. We have this whole hate and love relationship with everything in the world. It's a mashuk in the world. And today you have societies, you have to hate somebody. It's like, who do you hate? We brought up in that way. Who do you? This, we hate the blacks, we hate the Mexicans, we hate the Russians now. We have to have somebody to hate. It's almost, you don't have somebody to hate, then what kind of person you are? We have to hate somebody. It's a terrible situation. We brought up on such a corrupt and really unfair. Because we were brought up, even yeshiva, to hate, we have to. That's good. That is evil. Hate that. That you should hate. Yeah, you should hate evil. That you should hate. That you should hate. Hitler, we say Yamachshemai, because that's evil. Let his name be obliterated, whatever the word is. That's it. Race, that's evil, and hate it. That you should discriminate against. That's evil. You should discriminate. You should hate. Don't give room to that. The world gives room to that till today.
In this country, who are worshiping Hitler.
Yeah, and that's evil.
A great idea and everything he wanted.
Yeah, and there's people who think communism is also wonderful. Till today, Stalin Machshamai, guy who murdered millions of people, killed more people than Hitler. Stalin killed over 20 million people. His own people. The evil people. These are evil. Can we say that's evil? That is evil in the world. And we need to hate it. But the problem is when we start giving rights to other kind, then this could be a concept that evil is not either should be hated. Something good in that too. It's crazy. It's crazy. And that's when you start giving in to other, That's what the Gemara says. You think the Yetzer Hara comes and says, come and do an Aveira? Come and do a sin. Yetzer Hara would never come to you and say, come and do a sin. He's not an idiot. He first comes and says, let's go do something that's not a sin. Let's become buddies in other things. It's not sin. And then we become buddies, and slowly but surely he pushes you. And he narrows the definition. He narrows, right? That's what the Nachash told how did the Nachash get Chava to eat. Because she said that God said I shouldn't touch it. She said, what's wrong with touching it? She wanted to make a gather. She wanted to make this boundary. What's a chachamim also did the same thing. How we're going to come not to eat it? Let's say don't touch it. The Nacha said, it's wonderful. Come and touch it. Is it not very to touch it? No. Then he touched it. And the next thing you know, she was eating it. The next thing you know, she was eating it. But whatever, not the point who to blame. The next thing you know, she was eating it. That's the point. You need to stop broadening the definition of something that is negative. That's something. What? It's becomes very murky. That's a problem. We live in a world today. It's murky. What is good and what is bad? I don't know. You really it's all up to it's a mixer. It's all up to what you decide. Everybody can decide what is good. The Torah is very clear, and the Torah is not politically correct either. And the Torah is clear. What is choshech and what is ur, and let us not play around with it. Let us work on it. Let us work on the concept. As the Alter Rebbe is going to tell you, he's going to tell you, because the Beinani, which we really were working up to the Beinani is really one thing. Is not moyes bera. The Alter Rebbe said, what's a Beinani? A Beinani he doesn't have it's evil. Negativity does not disgust him. You're gonna learn.
Aware of it.
It's not speaking. He can deal with it. He can deal with it. That's the problem. A tzaddik is a person when something is negative, he abhors it.
If you told us about wicked, that being a Russia was good because we're in the
fit into it. We're going to show you how to fit into it. You're right. We not only Russia is not abhorrent to us, Russia is something that we actually like. We like it. We like it. We like it. And now we have to figure out how do we take something we like and we still live with it and bring it to Kedusha. And that's stuff that I was going to explain to you. Because it's a tough job. The hardest job is being a Beinani. Being a tzaddik, he doesn't care about the world. Being a Rasha, he does love the world. The heck with godliness. How do we, Beinani, how do we Jews have the both worlds? And how do we deal with it? So first, with Alter Rebbe today in the Chitas, the Alter Rebbe says, a Beinani needs to once in a while think about it and say, it's disgusting. Things that are negative is disgusting. Just puts it into perspective. That's it. You need to put it into perspective. If the worldly things and negative things are not disgusting to you, then you'll ultimately do it. You need from time to time to sit down and say, these things are disgusting.
It's like watching someone eat hamburger with a glass of milk. It's just something that it's happening, but I thought it was a disgusting thing. You don't have people in the school having that.
we had happy cheese in my house.
Right, correct. Right. But so how do we come to a situation where, and you're never going to think that that's disgusting, but a Beinani, a regular person needs to be able to take some time and realize there are things that are disgusting. There are things that are disgusting in his life. It's disgusting to him that he has a midah. It's disgusting. It's just not a good thing. It's a disgusting thing. If it's not going to be disgusting to him, then he'll never get rid of it. We'll never be able to challenge it. It has to be something that is disgusting.
is that I think that we don't. It's where some people, enough.
I agree. You need to learn. I don't think they're rabbis. They need to learn. They need to learn. People need to learn. The Torah is available today for everybody to learn. This Tanya is available to learn, and we need to learn.
Let's say a lot of times in my life, which is the right word, which is the Torah.
Selah Charav. That's why you need a Rav. Selah Charav. Open up Shulchan Aruch. I get paid the big bucks for that. I volunteered for that a long time ago. So, and things are clear now. We think they're murky. They're not murky. There's a Shulchan Aruch. There's a Torah and there's a Rav. And you can always come out of your murkiness. But why people like murkiness? They like it.
Some people are stuck in their.
They like it. They like it. They like it.
Stuck in their will.
They don't want to grow. Some people don't want to grow because they like the tzara that they know. Then it's expression. I like the tzara that I know. Then the tzara I don't know, and they think that the unknown is just too hard for them. It's just too hard for them, and therefore they'd rather live in the pain and suffering that they have than to go and to get the help that is out there. It's a very hard thing. It's the same like the double whatever they call it. It's the same thing. People have to realize that they can get out of that tzar. I'm not talking about the suffering. They could. If they wanted, it might take time, it takes effort, but they can do it. They can do it. So the Rebbe always says, there's two things. People have to know one thing, that they're sick. It's part of the healing, that you're sick. And number two, you're spiritually sick, that you're sick. Number two, you can get help. These are two important things. And a lot of people don't get help because first, so they're not sick. Like an alcoholic. I'm not alcoholic. I'm not sick. So first of all, you are an alcoholic. Realize you are, number one. Number two is you can get help. And as long as you some people are in denial because they think they can't get help.
A wonderful book.
And that's why the Tanya, the Torah will teach you. Number one is you have a nefesh habahamis, so you're sick. You're sick. You're not a tzaddik. You're sick. You have a nefesh habahamis. You have evil. You have challenging traits. You have struggles. It's nothing wrong to know that. It's nothing wrong. Don't be a person that has that. That's the problem with today. Also, a person that have what I call mental challenges. They're like, oh, it's a terrible thing. Oh, it's a stigma. No, it's not a stigma. You have a nefesh habahamis. It's not a stigma. Everybody has it. You don't feel stigmatized because everybody is sick. So everybody has nefesh habahamis. Everybody has it. That's number one. Number two is you can get help and get help. You can get self-help. You can get godly help. You can get rabbi's help. You can let Tanya get help. And as long as you understand these two things, you'll be a better person. You'll get the help. And that's the beauty of Tanya. Tanya is just we'll all have mental sickness, which is spiritual sickness. It's a mental sickness. As the Alter Rebbe says, it's a mental sickness because it's mind over matter. So it's a mental sickness because we think that we don't have mind over matter. But it is mind over emotions and mind over matter. Again, you're stuck in words. I'm not stuck in words, so because I don't know words, so I'm not stuck in words. So mind over matter, mind over emotions, whatever it might be. So it is a mental illness that each and every one of us have, because we're not tzaddikim, we're beinanim, we are rashoyim. We might be more wicked than beinanis. We're not wicked, we're rashoyim. You translate whatever you want to translate in. We have mental illness. I know you think about others. We have mental illness, and we can overcome this mental illness. We can become better people. So that's the two things that I'm going to say. He's going to tell you.
I have
That
one
you-
mentally ill son.
We can end it. Let me just end this off. Can we end this over the federal with this? Can we end it over the Facebook? Or, no, yeah.
So could you please define sin? Like, I know there's some because of there, and I read that sin is missing the era. Can you discuss the definitions for sin? Because that's a very triggering word for a lot of people.
So the Alter Rebbe says you have 3 garments: thought, speech, and action. And if the 3 garments are not clothed in your godly soul, then you are sinning.
And that means-
Whether it's thought, speech, or action. That's it.
Into this mark.
It means that you are on the wrong road. You are on the wrong. Avera means to move away. That's a simple meaning of Avera. Avera, we say sin. Because again, we try to, in the world, we try to say, what's an Avera? A sin, that we did something wrong. That's not what an Avera is. Avera means to move away. When I move away intellectually from a godly concept or purposeful aspect, then I'm on a different avenue. I'm moving to a different road. I'm on a different journey.
That's a good.
And that's an Avera.
What's
Chet is an actual sin. I do a physical sin.
First you move away and then
That's
you
it.
do the action.
That's it. Then I do the action. And the moving away, the Alter Rebbe is going to tell you, your sin in your mind might be worse than the sin of your action. It's what's close to my soul. What's close to my soul is my thought. Action is a minute. A thought is a lifetime. So I have to work on my thoughts. I got to stop thinking, moving off the path of thinking good to thinking negative. Imagine if I would only think positive. I would never come to sin. I would never come to sin. Well, first of all, that's a good question. So first of all, I have to decide that there is mind over matter, is mind over emotions. If I don't convince myself that, I'll never come to it. So I have to convince that my mind is strong. To convince myself. If I cannot convince myself in that, it's never going to happen. Convince myself I'm in control of my mind. Can I convince myself that? That's the question. That's the question. Am I in control of my mind? Or you're in control of my mind? Or somebody else in control of my mind? Somebody else is going to give me the definition of my mind. I need a psychiatrist to control my mind. I need somebody else to control my mind. Or I am in control of my mind.
In mind or emotion? That's interesting.
Emotion. That's
Maybe.
maybe my intuitions are not good.
You may have wrong intuition.
Maybe they are good. It all depends on my mind. My mind is going to tell me what my intuitions are. Are they good or bad? As a child, my intuitions are just selfish. As an adult, hopefully my intuitions are more selfless.
A godly, wise voice. Is that mine? Is that your mind?
What's my mind?
If it's a godly, wise voice.
It's my mind. It's my mind. It's my mind. My godliness comes from my mind. It's not my intuition.
You said godliness.
Godliness comes from my mind. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the Torah, is my mind. It comes from my soul, but it's directed from my mind.
The relationship to God.
It's in my mind. Yeah.
That's right.
Yes, it is, because it's in the brain. That's why the Tanya says your godly soul exists in your brain. Your animalistic soul exists in your heart. But godly soul also exists. He said the Alter Rebbe says the godly soul is in your right side of your heart, and your animalistic soul is in your left side of your heart. Once again, your godly and your animalistic soul is both intellect and emotions.
Are we supposed to keep?
Keep a gesundheit.
I know.
Okay, we shall continue. There's a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of stuff. We'll continue mention next week. And you can ask whatever you want.